Yeah.
In the light of what transpired yesterday afternoon,
Yes.
and the lecture and dressing down that the court gave us regarding our conduct as legal practitioners, co-witnesses, the state, court staff, court orderlies, members of police corps that guard us, that guard the gentlemen before the court. From today, my Lord, I've learned something from this judgment. I'll never call these gentlemen accused 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
I'll refer to them as Mr. Sibia, Mr. Mpanzi, Mr. Mlube,
Yeah,
Mr.
thanks.
Mapisa, and Mr.
I've also faltered sometimes and I call the accused.
Yes, yes.
That judgment says you
Yes.
shouldn't. Yeah.
So my Lord, as an officer of the court, I went to say, I acknowledge my role here as an officer of the court to assist the court to come into a just decision of this case, and to do so under my zeal, because I must defend Mr. Tanzi with my blood.
Yes.
But doing so, I must do it within the confines of decorum, within the confines of respect to Brigadier Gininda, Advocate Baloy, Advocate Sibanda, my colleagues here, the interpreter, everybody that is in this building. Now, my Lord, I went to do some research because this did not sit well with me.
Yeah.
When all of us are exfoliated, and I went to do some research, and I've come across 2 case laws that are pertinent to the issue.
Yes.
The one is a KwaZulu-Natal High Court case, and I'll make it available to the court as well. The matter of Sianda Fortune, Mkhize, and others versus the state, and this is the most critical than the Goliath and Chikori matter. That judgment deals particularly, my Lord, with the Bangalore principles as espoused by the then Chief Justice Pius Langa. And it deals on the main with the conduct of the judge himself, your Lordship himself, ourselves. And I'm going to quote at length, at least when I say at length, my Lord, it's about 4 pages.
You don't want us to read that case for ourselves.
I can
Yeah,
make it
because
available.
you're an officer of the court.
Yes.
You can give it to each and every one of us.
I'll make it available, my Lord.
Please.
But at the end of the day, what I wanted to say, my Lord, is that we also here, including Advocate Mnisi, endeavor to conduct ourselves with the utmost decorum to the court. If things spill over, my Lord, today we can come and say tempers fled. We are sorry to the court, to Brigadier Gininda, to the public out there, my Lord. That's
No,
what
thanks. I
wanted to say.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'll tell you what. You remember, I don't know if you participated in that exercise. When some councils here refused to call Colonel Steyn. You remember that?
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
The gentleman is a retired colonel. And I say, address him as Colonel Steyn. Some of you refused. You refused. I can even remember Mr. Ngomezulu, the late Mr. Ngomezulu, saying, why should we call him Mr. Steyn? We also have titles. And some others of you went aboard and said, you will never call him Mr. Steyn. And I said, well, I'll continue calling him Mr. Steyn. When I read this, you heard this, you say you must address a guy through his title. And then somebody, I think he made a comment that if Mandela comes here and he gives evidence he's Mr. Mandela, something like that. This is what happens in this court. People telling the judge, you're mad, we're going to call him Mr. Steyn. You want us to call him Colonel Steyn? We are not going to do that. Am I right, sir? You remember that incident, Mr. Ngumar?
Yes, I remember.
You continued saying you'll call him Mr. Steyn.
No.
I mean, sorry.
Okay. called him Colonel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see, I remember pertinently, I don't even Mr. Ramosipidi, I think.
Yes.
I've always called every officer
Yes.
here by their title.
No, I was told to go to hell. I was told to go to hell. This judge is mad. I'm going to call him Mr. Stein. Counsels telling a judge that when a judge makes an order in court, call him Colonel Stein, even if you don't want to, because the judge who's in charge of the proceedings here says you must do so. You have got to obey that. But I was told to jump into the sea. You're mad. That's the conduct we have here. And when I make remarks sometimes about our black counsels, attorneys, maybe even judges, I'm told, Doctor, that's why I call you doctor. You are doctor now. But if you are prosecuting, I'll say, Mr. Prosecutor, fine. But if you are seated there, respect just demands that I should call you Dr. Sibanda. And I do it. Yeah, so that is it. Now I've got a note here, which I was read to you. The lady, my registrar, showed me this in her phone. Hello, your phone? I've excoriated it enough. It just shut up. Hey. When did you receive this?
It was sent yesterday.
Okay. Oh, it's from Mr. Who? Ashley Mzukela. Yeah, I'm saying it comes from Ashley.
No.
No, I see. But you say?
It was sent to me and Ashley.
Oh, to you and Ashley. Okay, fine. It's from Advocate Missy. Okay, let's read it. Dear colleague, it's not addressed to me because I'm not his colleague. May you kindly convey my humble request of leave of absence on Monday, the 9th June, 2025, to the Honorable Judge. The reason for my unavailability on this date is that I will be running the Comrades Marathon on Sunday, the 8th of June 2020, and will be driving back on the following day, being the Monday. That I have referred to. I know this may affect the proceedings in the above mentioned matter, but may I apologize in advance for the inconvenience to be occasioned by this request. Kind regards. Now this is what I talk about. Mr. Mnisi doesn't think he can write to me directly. He writes to me through my registrar, Ashley, and the lady in front here. And he says they must tell me that he's not coming to court on Monday. He'll be running the Comrades Marathon. Mr. Ngumal, what do you think about this type of letter? I don't know, it's not even a letter, it's written in a...
My Lord, honestly, I'll need to remain silent already.
No, you don't have to remain silent.
I have no comment.
Would you do that? You, would you do that?
No, I haven't. I've never done it.
Yeah, fine. But would you do that?
No, I don't do that.
Mr. Ramusepi?
As the court pleases, my Lord, I think the proper procedure between the communication between His Lordship is normally through the registrar. And then if Mr. Mnisi, perhaps like it arrived now, I'm not in his mind, perhaps he was still going to raise it with the court, but the proper procedure from my understanding is via the registrar. Is the court
no, this can't be via the registrar. He's telling the registrar to tell me that he won't be around on Monday. Is that proper?
My Lord, that's how far I can take it regarding that submission, my Lord. Mr. Mnisi is here before court.
No, he has written this. And so I don't know what I must do because this I'm told I'm not coming to court on Monday. I'll be driving back.
Jy het iets op die hart, ek het 'n gas saamgebring.
Yes, ek het iemand wat ek graag baie
What is this? Mr. Baloyi, what do you think about this type of address?
As Mr. Ramsipulu pointed out, I think normal courtesy dictates that we communicate through the registrar and not directly with the judge. And I think that's what Advocate Nisi had in mind. We never communicate directly with the judge, and I think that's what the ethics also dictate.
So you communicate through the registrar to tell the judge that I won't be coming to court on Monday.
Yes. I think in instances where counsel wants to communicate directly with the judge, then a meeting will be arranged in chambers and all the parties will be there. But if a party wants to perhaps convey a message to the judge, then they would channel it through the registrar. That would be the normal practice, my lord.
So I'm not going to respond. If Mr. Nisi doesn't want to come to court on Monday, that's his business. I will be in court. And the JP expects me to be in court. Can't tell the JP somebody is going to run the marathon. So case should stop. Everybody should watch the marathon, I suppose. You know, Judge Mba is an athlete. He always runs the 2 oceans and the comrades. Judge Matopo, who's in the Constitutional Court. And it's nice to know that, amongst other things I did, Matopo, we used to alternate with this principal when he was serving articles. The same thing with Judge Mba. They're juniors to me. Even the JP himself, when I was already admitted, he was serving articles. Some of them, I call them articles. Judge Stoker also is an athlete. But he'll never take time to say, I'm not coming to court because I'm going to be running the marathon. Never. At the West, I know Judge Mbao would make arrangements that he must expand part of his leave during that time so that he doesn't interfere with the timetable of the court. This case, people are talking justice delayed, justice denied, 10 years, no justice, case is just dragging on. The family is distraught, the brothers, the relatives, even the accused themselves, they've been 2 to 3 years in custody. And here's this stupid judge called Ratha. You allow a person who's representing 2 of the accused here to go and run a marathon. I must go and tell the JP. When the JP asked me, why were you not sitting, or the DJP, why were you not sitting on Monday? No, we're waiting for Advocate Nisi to come drive back to Joburg, to wherever, because he was running a marathon. This is South Africa, run by blacks. I can tell you now, even if you call me an Uncle Tom, I don't think a white advocate can have the gall to ask me that. Never. Okay, you've heard me. Right. You're still under oath.
Yes, my lord.
Sorry, can I have some